Hello and welcome to the Believe Retreat. This week, we are going to be talking about how to cultivate a creative routine that fuels your passion. Ladies, let's get ready. That was like a drum roll.
Hey.
Thank you. Hey, we are the Believe Sisters. I'm Joanna.
I'm Heidi.
Hides the
And I'm
ladies there in the
Francine.
middle. And so, anyway, we want to welcome you again with the Believe Retreat. Not only do we have a live event at the end of January 2025, we're here streaming every week, and we're so glad that you joined us. And of course, every day you can join us in our community. But what we do here is, as women, creative women, we have to accelerate our lives. And the best way to do that is by slowing down. The truth is, we are so busy. We have responsibilities. We know how to multitask, and we're here, there, and everywhere. But it can distract us from what's really important. Then we end up spending time in negative relationships and situations for too long. Our mission here is to keep those creative fires burning every day so that we have quality relationships, joy, happiness, pleasure in our lives every day. Why not? There's just not enough in this world. And we are going to get together and make a difference by doing that. So we're here to nurture your creativity and so you can live your best life. And Heidi has a wonderful exercise that helps us to get started. Before we even delve into our conversation about our creative routines, let's have Heidi lead us in a mindfulness exercise, okay?
Yeah, because I know some of you might be feeling kind of stressed out right now. I'm kind of feeling it. Like, I realized we started the stream and I didn't have my hood up. Okay, first of all. And then, like, my computer was going to die. And then I don't know what happened. While I was out of the room, my computer, like, tumbled to the ground. And then, like, the screen is, like, half dangling off right now. So, with me, everybody just collectively take a nice deep breath. Oh yeah. So much better. But while we're doing that deep breathing, yeah, we're gonna also try something here and see if this works, because we're going to experiment. So anyway, there should be a picture of a fractal right now. One of my two Believe sisters out there, do you have our stream up? Can you see if it's actually showing a picture of a pretty green leaf or if it's showing our logo?
Oh,
It's
that's good.
working.
Let me.
It's
Yes,
working.
we
It's
see the
working.
fern. The fern fronds. Excellent.
Yes. Maybe
Success.
everything isn't going so terribly wrong after all. Okay, so what we're doing here are the rules. So for 2 minutes, we're just going to focus on this image, and that's it. And the expectations during this 2 minutes is you should expect that your mind's going to wander at least 50% of the time, maybe even more than that until you get good at doing this. But once you do this a couple times with this, I think you're going to understand like how enjoyable it is to just kind of take a 2 minute interruption out of your day to just be present in the moment and pay attention to something that's in front of you right now that is beautiful. So keep breathing while you do this and look at this image and notice maybe the different gradients of color, the way that the light reflects off of certain branches of the leaves. What do you notice?
I see the serrated edges, the little tiny indentations, that delicate shape.
And you know, it looks like each of those tiny little serrated edges have like another little tiny serrated edge on them.
Yeah, yeah.
You see those little like spots?
Toward the middle,
Yes, by the vine, the stem.
it's definitely brighter there. Like there's more of a highlight by the stem. Oh, and then it reaches out to each one of those little branches. Do you see that?
Yes.
I love that. I like
Mm,
how some of them almost touch. There's a on the far left. They almost, it looks like the very tip, like they're actually making contact with one another. And it's not perfectly equidistant. They vary. The spaces and the curvature varies in between each little leaf, each part of the frond.
When I zoom in and I look really close, I notice that there's little spots of imperfection where, like, I guess a leaf is dying. But when you zoom way out, you can't see any of those perfections. And like you were talking about, Joanna, like it's not completely symmetrical or spaced in the same distances. It's not perfectly symmetrical, but it looks like when you zoom out that it has this reoccurring pattern. All right,
I'd
our
even
2
like
minutes
to
is up.
see, okay.
We did fabulous on
I
this.
already,
yay.
Did you were you guys thinking about like your computers toppling off of a table or anything like that
No,
during those 2 minutes? No, I wasn't either. And now I feel like I laugh about that because like everything seems to be functioning okay. So like
I'd like to hear what our viewers saw. So if you're watching this live with us or in a replay, I'd love to hear if you saw anything else that we didn't see or how that made you feel.
awesome,
and in
love
real
it.
life, right, we would be silent during those 2 minutes. We just didn't want dead air, right? But when we're by ourselves, we want to focus on that and really just nothing but silence, right?
Well, and that's like the easiest way to do that exercise. You'd be by yourself, so you could just pick any object to stare at intently and notice things about it that you've never noticed before. Hey, you could do it with your own hand. That's got some cool patterns on it when you look really close, right?
Yeah.
So, when you're doing it by yourself, it's just having the mindfulness that when your attention is moves to something else, that you just gently pull it back without judgment and say, "Hey, like I'm just paying attention to this right now."
I like that, being fully present. So are we going to move on with our main discussion for today, ladies?
Yes, let's
Let's
move
do it.
right along. Let's not leave
Question
them in any
is
more
how,
suspense.
okay, how to cultivate a creative routine. You fuels your passion. Francine, why don't you start the conversation?
Well, I actually have a question to ask her if I can find where I put it.
I'm probably the wrong person to ask. Since I've been retired, I don't have a routine.
Okay,
Well,
okay. Oh,
you
but
have
you
to have
had to
some
ask
kind of
some
routine.
routines.
You were
Okay,
both talking at the same time. I don't know who said what.
okay. I've got a question, and I'm gonna ask this of you, Francine, because I think that you probably still do this, quite possibly. What what rituals or small actions do you start each day with that ignites your creativity, that like gets you excited to get out of bed in the morning?
Well, I just started something new. I am a Facebook creator. I get paid by Facebook to produce content. So the one thing I do every morning is somebody needs to mute because we have a weird echo. The one thing I the one thing that I do when I first wake up now that is so exciting to me is to look and see how many comments I got because that's what gets me paid. So I go in and I check on all my content and I put up new content every morning. A lot of people think that Facebook is evil, that Facebook is negative, but I'm here to tell you it is what you make it. And if you follow me on Facebook, you will get a positive message, or should I say, positive messages throughout the day. Now, like I said, since I retired, I really don't have a routine. We just do what makes us feel good. And today it was a ride with the dogs. We took the two puppies out to the park and we took the new puppy out to the car wash for the first time. That was exciting. And the videos on Facebook. So, what I'm trying to say here is find what works for you. Back when I was working, my routine was to get up and drink my coffee while my husband and I sat and watched something on TV, something to take my mind off the fact that I was going to a job I hated. But now I love my job because I make it up as I go. And the beautiful thing about it is when you get to do what you want to do, the sky's the limit.
Nice.
What what about you, Joanna?
I would say my routines include puzzles and being keep getting my brain activated. So I subscribe to the New York Times newsletter. So the mini crossword, the Wordle, the spelling bee, the connections. Those are my favorites. I discovered a new uh, blocker blast little games, sort of like Tetris. I got over 5,000 points. That helps me to relax and engage my mind. In fact, I had a rough patch uh, earlier today. I laid down on the bed. I just breathed deeply, and I said, "Let me just, get a little bit of rest or something." So I just was quiet and still for about 5 minutes or so, and then I started playing a few games, revved up the engine, and then I went on a nice invitation blitz for our retreat, inviting people to talk about the possibilities. So yes, we have to step back, recharge, reset, and for me, it's activating that noodle. And yeah, using my brain for puzzles that stimulates that and helps me to be creative and ready to really present myself.
Cool. So it sounds like for both of you, you're doing activities that maybe like people wouldn't associate with being creative. I heard going for a walk and doing puzzles and playing little games. And for me, in my routine, I do some meditation and I just escape mentally into, I call it my lab. I go to my lab in the morning. See, I'm dressed appropriately for this conversation. And so in my lab, I have every resource that I could ever need. And so if there's something that's bothering me when I wake up in the morning, or something that like I've got to figure out and be creative about, I'll just take it to the lab and I'll kind of just put it there, knowing that it's being worked on in the lab, the back part of my brain somewhere, while I get up and I'm doing the other stuff in the morning, picking up the house and starting laundry and sending some emails and all of that. So by the time that I need to sit down and be creative, I already kind of have like the creative pot simmering in the background.
Oh,
So I
I'd
think
love to
all of
add.
these are awesome.
I would
Yeah.
love to add to that. If you could
What you
see
got?
this, if you could, it's there we go. This book right here. I couldn't figure out which. There, this book, The Magic Library. That's my lab. When I started meditating, I met this kooky character in a meditation called Sparkle Feathers, and he's led me on this path of creativity. He has helped me, and Sparkle Feathers is that little bird, if you could see him in the book cover. Sparkle Feathers helped me create a whole new world where I teach people how to meditate, where we talk about how to slow down to speed up, where well, where the thought of the Believe Retreat came from. Sparkle Feathers fed this to me in the book I wrote. And I wrote this book with the retreat in it. And then I went to Heidi and said, oh my God, I really want to plan a retreat with you because I love your energy. And this retreat we're doing is loosely modeled after what Sparkle Feathers told me women need. We need meditation. We need creativity. We need a big vision for the future. We need to have fun and we need to dance. Well, and we added singing and karaoke.
Yeah.
You said something, Francine, that I really like and that I relate to as well. I'd like to add to that because you have another universe with Princess Fran, right? Princess, is it
Princess
Princess
Francis.
Francine?
Yes,
Yeah,
Princess
Princess Fran
Francis.
and Sparkle Feathers. You
Yes.
have characters, you have a narrative going on that stays with you every day as you go through life. You could be at the supermarket or in traffic, you could be in line somewhere, and you still have this active world in your imagination that is really helping you relate to everything in front of you. And I do the same thing. I call it the Mataniverse. So throughout the day, I'm thinking about Ruby. Ruby is the main character from my musical Precious Gems. I think about her husband, George. I think about her sister, Esther, and different things. And so throughout the day, when I face something, what keeps me creative is the fact that I can be in multiple places at the same time. I can jump from this universe, the real world, into the Mataniverse, into Precious Gems, the books that I love to read. I have my audio books playing on Bluetooth in the car. And hours later, there's a thought from that, as if I was still in the book or a song. And I think about a lyric from a song or a particular musical motif from a song. Maybe I heard it a week ago, but it pops up. So I love what you're saying about Sparkle Feathers and the world that you created. I have the same thing too. So Heidi, I'm sure, tell us about your world. What other imaginary dimension do you have that coexists with this material one?
Well, you're right about the fact that when you create this space, you can go there anytime you want to. I mean, I've gotten good enough of like picturing in my imagination what this place looks like that I can stare at one of those fractals and kind of zone out a little bit and go there. And it's fun, it's relaxing, it's very reassuring to know that all of the answers are there somewhere, because the truth of the matter is, for each individual person, the right answers are pretty much inside of yourself. The hard part is getting the answers out. So this space that I've created inside of myself is the place where I can go extract those answers, and I know that I can go there every time. And that was a habit. That was a routine that I had to practice to, first of all, like build the space in my imagination and be able to picture it kind of the same and be able to use it in a way that I would get those answers that I was looking for. So a lot of that training, I learned all about this from the Silva method of mind control. Highly recommend you guys check out that book and what Jose Silva has taught. And if you ever have any questions about that, I would love to talk about it. I love talking about the Silva method. So we got to move on, you guys, because we have like a bunch of other stuff that we have to talk about. And so this is the way that it's going to kind of be every week. We only have 30 minutes to talk about a certain topic, but we don't want to end the party here. And we know that you don't have time to hang out in a live every day of the week. We're busy too. But where we can hang out is our online community. And if you go there after this live stream is done, you can answer and comment about this question. And we're going to post some other questions about this where we're going to be posting our responses to those questions and we can continue the conversation through the week. I was so happy to see you guys on Friday in
Yay.
person.
Wonderful. I loved it.
So we got a new little commercial to air. So here we go. You guys ready for it?
Yes, I can't wait. Yay.
Okay, here we go.
I'm Francine.
I'm Heidi.
Hey, I'm Joanna, and together
We're the Believe Sisters.
inviting you to join us at the Embassy Suites in Jacksonville, January 31st through February 2nd. We're going to turn your burnout to burning desire and celebrate creativity for ladies only. Because if you can conceive it,
You can believe it.
You can achieve it.
and so from the head
To the heart.
To the hands.
Yes, you can. Yeah.
Yay!
Great job. Great job, Heidi, putting that together.
All right, so this is the spot where we would do a sponsor shout out. I'm going to talk about our sponsorship packages in just a second, but I just want to do a huge shout out to Lorna Edwards from
Yay.
Asbury Arts Center. She was here with us last week, and not only did she do that, but she is joining us as a hostess for our January event. I'll explain more about that in a second. And she's going to be sponsoring a pop-up event to be announced. So let me tell you a little bit more about the sponsorship packages. I know this is kind of hard to read, but you can go to our website and there's going to be a QR code for that information in a second. So you can scan that and go there. But our three packages, we're going to break it down for you real easy what the difference is between these packages. I believe is for you solopreneur women business owners out there. If you're solo, it's just going to be you coming to the retreat. You're getting one ticket. So that's the main difference of that package between that one and we believe, which is you get two tickets. But you get the same amount of pages in the workbook and same kind of other offerings in the sponsorship package. Where you're going to take it up a notch is in the memorable impact. If you have more pages to share where you want people to take home some of your content as their plan to keep them in action after they go back out into the world, they leave the protective bubble of the retreat, and now there are distractions and there are interruptions and there's stress. So we're looking for some sponsors that want to help ease that stress for other women creators. That is what that sponsorship package is for. And if you're watching right now and you really would like to be a sponsor, just go ahead and write the word sponsor in the chat and we will reach out to you on the social media and get you set up with that. You can also just go to our website and you can sign up for one of the packages there. Now, the other cool thing that we're doing, and if you become a sponsor, you instantly kind of become like a hostess as well. You can plan a girls' weekend and you can earn some money. So when you sign up, you get your own invite link. And so then you invite all of your closest friends for a girls' weekend that you know you have been needing, wanting. We girlfriends don't spend enough time together.
I agree.
And then when your friends get their tickets, you're going to get 15% of the ticket price sold. And then you're going to come to the event and have a blast with all of your closest girlfriends. And so you can also find more information about this on our website, or you can scan that QR code right there. The other way that you could do it is you can write affiliate in the chat right now, and we will get in contact with you. And so that is all of our big fancy announcements for the week about all of the stuff that we got up and done. So do we have anything in the chat? Let's see here.
No, we don't. I've been monitoring it. I have put a bunch of stuff
We
there
don't
myself.
And look, we made good
Excellent.
time. It's 4:59.
I guess it's
I know,
time
that's
to,
awesome.
yes, it is
So
time
let's
to
talk about
that.
next week. We're going to be talking about build an engaged audience for your creative work. Because, I mean, that's half the fun of creating is showing it off, right? Having people enjoy it. So that's what we're going to be talking about.
Selling books.
Yes, that's what we're going to be talking about next week. Oh, I feel like our images are in the way and you can't scan this QR code. So I might have to fix this before next week. But this is just a call to action for all of you out there. Make sure to subscribe to our YouTube channel. Oh, hey.
Well, hello, Norma. Welcome. You can watch the replay and come back next Tuesday at 4:30. Norma's a good friend of mine.
Hey,
All right.
Norma.
And what I'm going to do here just really quickly is share a link to our community because you'll be able to go there, see the replay, and if you want to comment on something and join our conversation as we post some extra questions this week, we'd love to hear from you. So yes, we are online every day in our community. Weekly, you can check us out Tuesdays at 4:30. And of course, we hope you get your tickets to come see us in person in Jacksonville, Florida, January 31st through February 2nd.
Yay.
Hold on, let me pull us all up for the closing. So, who are we going to do this together like we did in the video? Can we do it?
Yes.
Yes, ladies, just remember, if you can conceive it, you can believe it and achieve it. From the head
To the heart.
To the hands.
you
Yes.
can do
You
it.
can.
Okay, so we
We'll
still
see
got to
you
work
next
on
week.
coordination. We're going to do this.